Today I'm going to give you one freelancing tip to help you save your sanity. Here's one way to keep yourself from getting discouraged as you're trying to make comics or do really any freelancing kind of career. And that's not to get too excited until the contract is signed, and definitely not until the check is cleared. I talked a couple weeks ago about, in comics specifically, and I'm pretty sure this is true for freelance in general, is sometimes you do work and you don't get paid. Or you're promised all kinds of things that don't happen. On a different note, but similar kind of circumstance, is that someone approaches you about a job that's really cool, sounds great, you'd love to do. And it's usually, a company or a property that you're familiar, so it's like a reputable source. If you did the job, you'd get paid. But maybe that job never materializes, and that happens quite a bit. And it's usually because on the business end of things, the company's decided that project's not right for this time, or the economy and the environment changes, and so this book whatever, gets pushed aside, gets delayed, or just canceled. So there's been times in my own career where I've been approached about a project. Oh, that'd be great. And early on you think, wow, I'm going to get to work on whatever. And then nothing ever happens. Then you go up and you go down. And then the next time up and down. And eventually you can either just get to the point where you are bitter and think everybody is just full of it, or you can just realize that that is the nature of the business, that's the nature of freelance, and just temper your expectations. And I think I may have talked about that before, but just know that there's a lot of things going on other than making the book. This company is having to, can we sell the book right now? Or maybe another project fails that was similar to it and they don't want to do it. So you're going to feel like you have opportunities that may never materialize. So I think that's completely normal. The other thing is, if you've got two jobs coming, or if you're talking about two different jobs, and this one seems like, oh, I'd love to do this project, but this is still, they're just talking about this one, and this other project's like, hey, we can pay you right now to do this small thing. Never, personally, I would never say no to this small thing in the hopes that this other thing, right? Because bills don't care about your hopes. They keep coming. And work, you have to deal with the work that actually exists in front of you and not the work that might exist. If they both materialize, that's a great problem to have. Then you'll have to double down, or you'll have to get help or something. I would rather deal with having two projects to work out how I'm going to get them both done than turn away a project for a project that never materializes. So you always have to make sure you're not getting too excited, but also take the work and the projects that you'd love to do but aren't really materializing yet. Don't hold your breath. Take the work. And then if the other project comes along, that's great. So it's just one little piece of navigating freelancing. And this is specifically comics. Publishing in general, I think, is like this. Things are suggested and never materialize or whatever. And it's not they're being deceitful. It's not that people are being jerks. It's the nature of the business. So hopefully that'll help spare you some heartaches and frustration. Now I'm going to go make comics, and I will see you tomorrow.